Previously on Blockborne, we put some distance between our cozy home and stepped into an era of industry. We reshaped the land itself, creating a custom biome of strange, futuristic terraformation, and on it, we built powerful machines to fuel the world we love. Fuel, blocks, power, longevity. And when it was done, we didn't finish it. We left room, space to grow, to scale, and to meet whatever the future asks of us. Now, with new blocks and new inspiration, we return home to where it all started. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Blockborne. That's right, it's the end of an arc and into a new one, where we come back to our starter island and hopefully wrap it up in this arc. That's right. Kind of. We're going to do, hopefully the plan is like a two-part, like mini series, if you will, of finishing this island. So the first part is going to be doing all of the exterior work. So that is paths and the remaining builds, maybe a couple custom trees, things like that. Hopefully we can get the groundwork laid out for that today. Yeah. And then the second part of the series will be the very dreaded interiors. That's right, we need to do some interiors. But before we can even get started on laying out our plan for the exteriors, we got to get rid of this build. I hate it. I'm sick of it. It's coming down right now. Okay, we tore it down, and this is all that's left. Still ugly. That's okay, though. We'll get there, we'll finish it up eventually. Well, now, you can see behind me, we've been working on a little project to get ready for the layout of all of the exterior builds and the entire island. I don't know what we're calling this island, but we'll start to develop some lore, for sure, while we work on this, since we're gonna kind of create infrastructure, like lore infrastructure. So we color coordinated some things. If you can read that, we'll get closer. So main roads in red, side roads in orange, off the path roads in yellow, and then we got some other ideas for some builds, some like crafting areas. So like a blacksmith or a woodcutter, things like that. A little market area. The green belt, which we'll go over that, what that's going to be later when we get there. And then the only other one is like food and survival, so that's like restaurants, maybe a butcher, maybe a tavern, I don't know. And then a lighthouse and a watermill are also something I want to do, but that's only if we can really make room for it. Because one of the goals is to kind of let this whole area breathe. But we have a nice big, like, I don't know, I guess we could put a watermill maybe over here, so there's all this water here, because it would be on a river, right? So the river flowing kind of powers the wheel. Obviously not actually, but we'll make it look cool. And then I had an idea for a lighthouse a while ago to put it on this little island, but I think the island's a little bit too far away, so maybe we'll get rid of that island and put it over here-ish, and do like a water break, something like that. Not sure exactly yet, but, that's why we're going to pre-plan. And I'm not really one to go into creative test world, but I do like to plan things out a little bit. So I got my colorful blocks, some leftovers from while we were working on the redstone isles, and we're going to get some layout done, and I'll bring you back once we have a better idea of what we'll actually be doing in this area. Okay, we've done a little bit of groundwork, and as we progress through it, I realized that maybe we don't need so many colors. Let's check out what we have so far. So we have some main roads that are a little wonky. They'll change up. And then some blue to outline where the market's going to be, and some green to kind of outline where like some of the more industrial workshops are going to be, and orange, which is going to be the path. And I realized I probably didn't even need to do that if I know it's just going to go along this ridge here. But we'll see how useful it is once we get started. And I think we should start with the path. Just a feeling. I do think that we'll have some of the like the pink area, so like the the survival builds, kind of the restaurants and stuff over here. This whole area is going to be pretty heavily built on. Should be fun. Should be fun. We'll have some more space for everything to kind of breathe than it looks, but we'll see. Like I don't know how many buildings we're actually going to put in this market. So we might have like, 6, might have 12. I don't know yet. We'll find out. So let's get to work on some paths, and we'll go from there and see how much we can get done today. Okay, now that we have some paths going in this main area over here, we should be able to get started on some actual building. I guess it's still building. And I did a little bit more than you saw on the time lapse. Got this guy over here, and then we also did some paths kind of connecting up to this one. Right now, this is an overlook, but it might change. It might change. Anyways, I want to jump right into some building because I got a little bit of inspiration at the moment. So we're going to work on a little market area over here inside the blue boxes here. So let's see what we can come up with. I'll be right back. All right. So let me show you what we've been working on. You've seen some of this in the little time lapse. This little stall here, kind of like I think it's going to end up being a fisherman's hut. And an Enderman put a moss block on there. And honestly, I don't hate it. Maybe it can stay over there. Yeah, there's a skeleton living inside currently. There is no lights in there. Oh, they broke my door. Ah, get out of here. Get out of here, buddy. You're gonna die in the sun. Alright. And then this little stall over here. Not sure exactly what we're gonna use this for. Still got maybe a little bit of decoration to do. Inside's a little boring. Interiors, we're not doing those today. Yeah, maybe they sell signs. Look at that. So cool. Oh, I know what I wanted. I wanted to make them sell like pottery and stuff. But we did work on what these guys over here are actually selling. So this is our redstone shop. Look at that. You can play with the bits and bobs and test them out before you purchase. Yeah, it's super cool. So that's a redstone shop. Here's our candle maker. And maybe if you want to make your own candles, you can get some beeswax. And then over here we have our slime and honey vendors. Yeah, just put some items on display. And yeah, this build's pretty much done. We might put some more finishing touches on it. But honestly, I think it looks pretty cool. This over here, we left some space open in case we want to expand there, which we might. And then we built all this. All these buildings, you've probably seen them in the background this whole time. This is a continuation of the market area, and I love this shot right here. Just look at it with the big mega base in the background. It feels like this whole town is finished, and it's very much so not. It's very empty around it, but you can't tell from this view right here. Anyways, I really like the way it's turning out, and they have some stalls out in front of their little shops as well, but these are more going to be like shops you have to go inside to buy from, like instead of the little market square over there, selling some other bits and bobs. Maybe we have a someone selling potions, someone selling food and clothes and things like that. I really like the way this is coming. I did have to drop the floor down a little bit. It just felt too weird going through this area for it to be raised. I guess I could have raised these, but I just like the way they turned out. We played around with some build palettes. You could tell some worked a little bit better than others, but I think we're going to keep it, feel it out. It's kind of been growing on me. Having like these colors here, I think works. It still feels cozy, and I tried to avoid the red roof style that's on the house. And I think it paid off. I think it paid off. So, I know we have a bunch more to do here with paths, and we have to do like our industrial district. No, not industrial district. We named it. We should know this. Let's check. This is why we built the board, so we didn't forget. I'm under. Okay. We got some side roads to finish off. We got the main road pretty much done. The crafting row. So that's going to be some more very specific builds. We finished the market for the most part. Then we have the green belt and food and survival, which we'll get to. But there's one build I think we have to kind of redeem ourselves on. That's going to go right here. And I have kind of an idea. I think we've talked about is where our skeleton spawner is, which, honestly, we'll probably never use. But I like having it there. There's also an amethyst geode down there, so it gives kind of a magical vibe. So I'm thinking we go for some kind of, like, magic tower there, maybe? Maybe? The only reason I'm kind of thinking maybe not a very big tower is it kind of be in a weird spot. I don't know how often you'd see it. It'd have to be pretty tall. Maybe. Maybe. We'll put it there, probably. Well, let's see what we come up with. Alrighty, guys. Check it out. You can see it from over here. We don't really have a great path leading up to it. That might be our next project. But look at this. I think we've redeemed ourselves just a little bit from that ugly brown and red building we had. Look at that. I tried my hand at a more, like, drastic gradient, which I think looks really good from afar. You can kind of see it go from black to white. I think it turned out pretty good. It's a little crazy. I used some blocks I'm not really used to using in gradients, like iron and gravel and stuff. So, yeah, I hope you liked it. It definitely turned out a little crazy, a little wild, but this is kind of like a wizard tower vibe, kind of. It's not super hyper decorated, which I think is good, because I don't want it to, like, overwhelm the entire area. Oh, it's not lit up there. Okay. Yeah, run away. But like I said, we're not really going to use this too often. And right now I just have this placeholder as far as, like, an entrance to it. I don't think it's going to be this. That looks a little wacky. But we still have this. So, we can go see our skeletons whenever we want. Now, we have to fix this area up a little bit. So, really the only way to get to our mega base, our mega starter base storage system is, like, on foot at least. Technically this little staircase right here. I think that's the only one. Might be one over here. Nope, that's the only one. So, we need to connect that up a little better. There's this path here. I think maybe we'll bring down, and then have, like, a dirt path connecting this and this, and then we'll terraform this area a little bit, which I've been putting off because it's one of the last terraforming parts we need to do on the entire island. Yeah, I guess we can get to work on that, start bringing it together a little bit. obviously, that time lapse covered a little bit more than just this little path and terraforming. We made a tavern. That's right. Yeah, we made a tavern. So we talked about lore at the beginning of the episode, and I think it's starting to kind of build itself. So this island here, obviously, is like a little bit of a starter hub, like when you spawn into this world, right? So this is where kind of like the first civilization took root. There's like very like a peaceful people living here. It's a very fun, easygoing lifestyle, which we all know eventually we needed industry over there in the distance. But before that happened, you know, you could come over here, maybe spend some coins or some diamonds in the tavern. Obviously, exterior's done. We're gonna do those later, probably. And when you're well and rested, maybe you come up here and you're looking for a snack or maybe some missing, you know, blocks that you're looking for your next cozy little project. You can come over here, grab some slimes or some honeys, which is blocks and snacks. You maybe get some candles. Still didn't decide what these are selling here, but you know, you could go buy whatever they have, and then you know, maybe have a chat with them to see who's living inside. Obviously no one. And then come down this market square. Look at that view. That's a great view. I know I talked about it earlier, but I really still like that view. Yeah, you could come to the market, where there's all sorts of these like I don't know, duplex style houses where there's like shops in there. Maybe there's multiple shops in each building. Maybe there's just an apartment up there. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I think the lore is kind of coming together. We don't have a very specific lore yet. I think that might come into play later, but the gears are turning. Gears are turning. But at least there's like a purpose for everything. So by the way, guys, this tower, I was really, you know, happy with the gradient on it, as we discussed. I think it turned out really nice, and I think our building skills are starting to level up just a little bit. I'm not afraid to say that. I think we're getting there. Obviously, it's not perfect by any means, and there could be, you know, like that window at the top could be more fancy. Obviously, the entrance is kind of just a placeholder. Haven't decided what we want there yet. And our tavern, you know, I think it turned out nice. It was just like a quick build, to be honest. I just wanted to put something there, and I think it went okay. It's right next to the wizard's hut, so I don't know. I guess you could do both. And the other issue I think we have is the back of these builds looks a little plain, but I mean it would be right. There's no backyards up there. It's just behind a shop. I guess like maybe we could put like a garbage can there, like taking out the trash out back, but that's not very cozy. We don't need. It just a thought. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But guys, done so much work today, and I think that's gonna have to do it. We have a bunch of plans for the next episode, and I want to get started on those. So we'll have to jump ahead to next week and see what those plans are. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. A little bit different. I know we've been working on redstone for so long. It's nice to get back to some building. Hope you don't mind. But thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye. Bye. Bye.